apparently the Patriots will reportedly have a chance to meet with Abdul Carter. That was reported by Bert again. Great job, Bert. He is set to meet with New England on a private visit. Abdul Carter is going to be a very exclusive group, basically the top 4 in the draft. He doesn't think he's getting past 4, so he's going to meet with the Titans, the Browns, the Giants, and the Patriots, and that's it. That gets us into, there's been a lot of discussion this week. We know the Giants have signed 2 quarterbacks. They have signed Jameis Winston at backup money. They have signed Russell Wilson. Does that mean that they are out on Shedeur Sanders at number 3? Opinions are differing on that. I will say that Adam Schefter was on, I think it was NFL Live recently, and I think it was Matt Williamson tried to say that that Abdul Carter could possibly get to the Patriots, and Schefter just shook his head. He basically said it's likely that Abdul Carter goes number 2 to the Browns. So that means Cam Ward at 1, Abdul Carter at 2, and now you're down to the Giants. Okay. And do they go Shedeur Sanders or Travis Hunter? Schefter and others, people that I trust with their Giants reporting, have said that they could take Sanders at number 3. I think that is a possibility. I mean, look, if you're Brian Daboll and you're Joe Schoen, the GM, and you have no job security, okay, the best plan to make sure that you hold on to your job is give yourself veteran options. They also have Tommy DeVito. Who cares? Give yourself veteran options to hit the ground running as quickly as possible this season. And, if I were in their shoes, I would draft Shedeur Sanders if my evaluation was good on him, if I thought that he had the right stuff. And, people that I trust in this process, whether it's Chris Sims and other guys, they think that Sanders is pretty good. Do I think he's transformational? No. Do I think he's elite? No. But, if you're Brian Daboll and you want job security, what better way to make you cover everything than, sign 2 veterans? And, look at Russell Wilson is not staying long at any place. Nobody wants him after a certain amount of time. And do you think, they think, let's say the Giants do draft Sanders, and at some point in time, maybe it's the Drake May sort of plan or what have you, where it's 4 games, 8 games, whatever, getting him trained up to the point, as soon as they think that maybe the season is slipping away or something along those lines, wouldn't it be good to, who are you going to go to? Jameis Winston? No. You want to put, let's play this out. Let's say that you're the Giants and you start 2-2 under Russell Wilson. Basically hovering around 500. Suddenly there's a 2-game losing streak. Now you're 4-6, something along those lines. And it looks like things are teetering. The knives are out in New York. What are you going to do? Who are you going to turn to if you're Brian Daboll? Are you going to turn to Jameis Winston? No. You would rather have Shedeur Sanders. You put Shedeur Sanders in there, and he plays well. You win some games. Maybe you make a playoff push. You don't want to do the Gerard Mayo thing with Drake May, which is win 1 game that Drake May starts. Don't do that because you won't be back. But you put Sanders in. If it doesn't work with Russell Wilson, you put Jameis Winston in and say he does Jameis Winston things, and you're 500 the rest of the way. You're gone. It's over. You put Sanders in at 4-6, and he plays above 500, keeps you in it to the end. And you guys fight hard, do all those things, then you're probably back for another year if you're Brian Daboll. So, I know a lot of people have written off the Giants at quarterback. We'll see how this whole process plays out, but I don't think so. Of course, I'm also biased because I want Travis Hunter to get to the Patriots, and I don't want the Patriots to have to draft Will Graham too early or Mason Graham or, what have you. I want Travis Hunter here. I completely agree with Chris Sims where he's over the moon about Travis Hunter as a wide receiver. I totally agree with him. I think he would be spectacular. And now, if you have Travis Hunter, you have Stephon Diggs, you have Mac Hollins, you have Demario Douglas, you trade up into the bottom of the first round and get whether it's Josh Simmons or Kelvin Banks or whoever. Now you're talking about something that the Patriots have really built something this offseason and are really ascending. I think they're going to be ascending anyways with the defense and Vrabel and all that stuff. But yeah, I really want Travis Hunter, and I will be bummed if the Giants take Travis Hunter. Hopefully the Patriots in that scenario can trade down. And if they really like Will Campbell, trade down, pick up more draft assets, get the guy that you want, but also have a couple of extra picks. That would be Travis Hunter is number one for me. Trade down for Will Campbell or whoever they think is the best left tackle in the draft. Pick up another pick so you can maybe go double dip at wide receiver in the second round, that type of thing. Maybe trade up for someone, sort of the secondary receivers in the draft. That would be the other option. Sticking and picking for Will Campbell, whose arms, if you haven't heard about this, his arms are suddenly now 33 inches. It doesn't really matter all that much to me. I've always been at 32 7/8, which is basically 33 inches. But I still think 4 is too early for Will Campbell. If we're talking 10 to 15, okay, fine. And you're picking up another asset that you can use and maybe double dip at offensive tackle with one of those secondary guys. So now you can see, exactly what you have. Maybe you get 2 tackles. Maybe Will Campbell can play left tackle, and suddenly you get, Kelvin Banks or Josh Simmons and they're right tackles. That's the ideal scenario for me.